All right, Wayne Bettis here, the founder of the Off the Tools podcast. I just want to introduce you to our brand new sponsor, directplumbing.supplies.com. It is founded by a former tradesman who has set up his own plumbing and heating merchants. He has an online shop, which is obviously at directplumbing.supplies.com, and he delivers across the UK. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the show.
You are now listening to Off the Tools with the one and only Wayne Bettis.
If you're passionate and driven and focused in what you do, people will take notice. You can achieve anything you want to achieve in life.
The excuses are not valid.
Welcome to yet another episode of the Off the Tools podcast. Today, I actually have a fairly local gentleman, business owner, entrepreneur, Damien Heath, who is the owner, founder of Heath Electrical Services. Welcome to Off the Tools.
How are we doing, Wayne?
Very well, very well. I've been wanting to reach out to you for ages, but you know how life is, it's busy.
Yeah.
And I've been like a stalker, but a nice one, so don't panic. I'm not coming to kill you. I've been watching you over the last few years, seeing what you've been doing and you know how you've been building your business. So it seemed a no-brainer to get you on the show and let our listeners A, get an introduction to who you are, and B, learn your journey, learn what you've been up to and how you've done it, and hopefully there's some lessons in there for others to avoid some pain and problems along the way. Yeah. So thank you for your time. So to kick it off, just sort of introduce you and your company.
I'm Damien from Heath Electrical Services. We're based predominantly in Milton Keynes, so a lot of our work is based in Milton Keynes and the small surrounding areas. We've recently, sort of mid-2021, got another branch down in Leighton Buzzard. You've seen it, Wayne, down in Leighton Buzzard. So
very impressive.
That site's still not completed. Even the one in MK still not completed. So we've got a 120 square meter showroom going in. So it's more like an experience center, so our customers can come and pick equipment they want. The same, we're going to be doing the same down in Leighton Buzzard. It's just time factor. We've been so busy now, winter time as well, with stupidly busy every winter. We're not really looking to take on any more sort of electrical engineers at present, but again, we're passing on work to other companies that are local. But yeah.
So what's the company looking like at the minute then? So you've obviously got the two premises that are going to be showrooms. What's the work side of it? How many guys have you got? What's that like?
We had close to 30 guys. We've had to let go of a few apprentices, and we've like I said earlier, we've recently started a gas and plumbing side to the business due to demand from clients. We've had to let go of 2 other engineers, but we are looking to recruit more engineers. But yeah, we've got 13 vehicles on the road at present, so 13 vans. We've just bought a 14th that's being kitted out, so it's been sign written. The van was broken into when it wasn't sign written, so we've had that repaired now, and we're waiting for it to get racked out. So yeah, that's going to be the 14th.
Fantastic. So and I'm guessing, maybe I'm wrong, but did you start the business? Was it just you in a van originally?
Yeah. So it was me. I started in a car, to be honest, and went around in my car, just an estate car, and then got a small Astra van, and just got around really. Said yes to all jobs. Went from there, bought a van, took an apprentice, and then just built the company from there. So, and during COVID, the company sort of exploded, and just to give you an idea, sort of every month we get around 4,000 phone calls for jobs. Wow. And a lot of the bigger ones we have to turn down because we just haven't got the workforce there. And the team are more sort of acclimatized to smaller jobs. We've got some engineers that want to be taken on big projects, but I feel we're not there yet. So anything over the sort of value of £100,000, we sort of steer clear of and pass on to other companies. But yeah, we're looking to obviously improve stuff. So we're doing constant sort of coaching, constant training for the engineers. And yeah, we're looking, basically we want to sort of flatline the business for the next year, find our feet, if you like, sort of get all our problems ironed out. Because we've got loads of problems, as any business does.
It's good that you've identified that, though, because other people just get carried away with the success, don't they?
Yeah. So we get a lot of inquiries down in London still. So that's where I started my apprenticeship. That's where I worked with another company, and we've still got sort of contacts down there. Still get phone calls all the time to my personal phone, to our business phone, and we recommend companies down in London that there will come a time where we move back down to sort of North London as a business and start doing work around there. So it's the demand's definitely there, but I know everyone says it's not the right time, but we need to iron out the issues that we have got at the moment. So our Leighton Buzzard branch, one of the guys usually flies down to London for our longest standing clients. And yeah, he goes down every now and then, but it's a long old jaunt, even from Leighton Buzzard. So sometimes it could take him 3 hours to get into sort of north central London due to traffic.
Yeah, it can be a nightmare. The problem is that there's so much potential down there, isn't there? And we're so close. On the map, it's like, it's just there. It's just there. But in reality, it's like, but that can turn into like an absolute. I did my apprenticeship all round North London, and it was a nightmare. You could literally, if you left at like 5 minutes later one day, you could end up being an hour late, or if you left 5 minutes earlier, you could be an hour early. Absolutely crazy. For those that haven't ever travelled around sort of like North London area, it is literally you just don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah. So coming from London back to Milton Keynes, I moved from there back to here because we ended up getting burgled twice. So I thought I had enough the second time, and it was just you get up in the morning at 5 o'clock, don't get back to 11, 12 o'clock, and it was long hours, 7 days a week down there. So Milton Keynes, you can be each job within 5 to 10 minutes. We've built a good reputation here. We've got a very good client base, and like the clients that they continuously use us, and we've got a relationship. So it's not we're looking to stay here and then just build outwards, but that takes time. We need sort of champions in each branch to make sure they're running properly as well. So the customers.
How have you taken these steps then to go from just you? I think you said in an Astra car, estate car. Mm-hmm. What have you done? Have you done any coaching programs? Did you win any contracts? Or was it just? Well,
I've not really done much coaching, to be honest. I've watched like a lot of the shit on YouTube and stuff like that. So like Gary Vee, I don't know whether you follow him, but he's quite sort of inspirational, and it's like it's just down to hard work, to be honest. Not going home, just making jobs are being finished. Doing what we say is very important. So if you tell a client something, it has to be the truth. When I first did start out, we were making a lot of money by sort of being deceptive, but that stopped pretty quickly. I learned to be honest, because you get caught out and you lose clients. It's absolutely pointless. And I instill that in all our guys. Don't make anything up. If you're on a job, make sure what you're saying is the truth. Because I don't want to be getting a bad review from someone. And we still get bad reviews. People still disagree with what we do because engineers have differences of opinion. But again, if we can prove what we're saying, so for example, all our engineers would take photos on jobs. A lot of the industry does this now, but we've been doing it since I started. taking photos of every single job. And if they do question it, then you have photographic evidence of why something's been done and when it was replaced as well. So yeah, you have to be honest. So that's how I think we've grown so quickly. It's not, we don't go to a job and then if we're there for 3 hours, we charge for 3 hours. We don't charge for 4 or 5. Like you hear horror stories. You must have heard of hundreds of horror stories. Yeah, we've even gone to as far as tracking the vehicles, and some insurance companies we do work for will require proof of how long the van's been there for and stuff like that. So it's for our clients' protection and just to show and back up what we're saying is true.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic ethos, and sadly, some go the polar opposite to that, don't they? They literally just try and look for that. I'm guessing you've got a long vision, a long-term vision. You're not being drawn for the quick cash now. You're looking into the future. What's the ambition? What are you? Do you know what you're actually trying to achieve yet, or is it still a little bit murky up there?
To be fair, that obviously I have vision boards and whatever else, and I have got a vision. But it's like when COVID hit, the company sort of accelerated to a place that I thought we'd never get to. So I didn't really believe in it, and I thought, wow, this is actually possible. And then we started growing at a rate. This year, sort of the second quarter onwards, I've been away from the business quite a bit because I'm training to do the Dakar Rally in 2023.
Wow.
So yeah, it's on motorbike. So and the company struggled a bit when I was away. So I was away for around 3 weeks, riding around Spain. And it's not fun. It's torturous. Everyone thinks it's fun, but it's hard work. And I think the business definitely suffered a bit, and there was some patching up to do when I got back. But yeah, like I said to you earlier, we're going to sort of flatline where we're at now, sort of paused on hiring like electrical engineers, just make sure they're all trained up. So, and then the vision is to have a hub in each city in the UK. So we're developing apps. There's similar stuff out there for landlords to help tenants and even homeowners as well. So we work closely with companies like ACO, and they've developed like smoke alarm and CO alarm systems that can be monitored for landlords. So like life-saving stuff. So there's so many avenues to go down in the electrical industry. It's trying to concentrate on what we're really good at. And what we've always done is like electrical compliance. That's what we get the most sort of inquiries about. And that's what we're known for. So it's best to sort of stay in that direction. But I think there's around 6 million homes in the UK that are in the private rental sector. So I think 1.2 million homes are in the sort of like a council house and housing association. So there's a large amount of homes in the UK that need our services, if you like. And there's not, like I say to my guys, it's like we make money doing the shit jobs that no one else wants to do. There's a lot of companies out there like us, but
where there's muck, there's brass, isn't it? It's like one of the oldest sayings in the world, isn't it?
It's like you've got companies aspiring to do massive jobs. Like I've been there, I've done it, and walking away at a loss, or you're making less than 5% profit. It's pointless, absolutely pointless. Yeah, everyone's rushing to do massive jobs when you don't need to be doing big jobs to make money. There's money in like we do loads of commercial work still. That's definitely dropped off in the past sort of 18 months. But a lot of the commercial work we do, we can't be taking photos and stuff because it's like data center stuff, and it's very sensitive projects, so they don't want us to be taking photos. And like the past couple of years as well, we've been doing like a lot of charity work, which we've put all on our social media. But that like local companies like the Bus Shelter MK, we've done a job for. They do amazing. So they take homeless people off the street and then try and rebuild their lives back up. And it could be normal people like you and me, where things do happen, like you get into debt and you lose your house, or anything can happen. It's like what they do is amazing. So we work closely with them. We still work closely with them. But yeah, to answer your question, the vision is to have a sort of a branch in each city.
Excellent.
How long that's going to take, but I'll do everything in my power to make that happen.
Fantastic, man. Just enjoy the journey, not the destination. No, enjoy that ride. You mentioned technology. So obviously being an electrician, I'm guessing, technology is a big part of stuff. So not from a consumer point of view here. This is about, I want to ask you about internally now in your business. How have you embraced technology as in software systems, accounting systems? Is it a core part of your business?
Yeah, so it's more trial and error with software. So we've pretty much tried everything. What we favour is, I think we've had a conversation a few years back about it, but ServiceMate is the mainstay for us now with regards to booking software. We use Xero for accountancy, but that's because we've got a new accountant, which are very good, and they've sort of transitioned us over to it. But we're using QuickBooks before.
Okay,
QuickBooks was fairly simple. Like payment systems and stuff, we use a multitude of different systems. One being iZettle for the guys out on site, so they're taking payments. A lot of I'd say over 75% of our payments are just through like BACS payments, bank transfer. So it's to try and simplify things. Like ServiceMate use Stripe. So again, I think the past year we've done around £250,000 in payments through that, but that's for smaller jobs. So it's again, it's people look at what they're taking out of it. So you're 2.2% or whatever it is, and think, well, that's a lot of money. But the amount of time it saves, it is.
And you imagine if a small percentage of them don't pay, because it weren't easy. Do you know what I mean? It eliminates that problem, doesn't it?
Well, ServiceMate is all automated. It brings the customer feedback. It gets your payments. It provides follow-ups. It's totally transitioned. It's taken like 3 people's jobs down to just 1 person, if that makes sense. All the automations have saved us. So like the office staff are now doing different things with their time rather than follow it. Well, we call every client, every tenant to make sure the job's gone smoothly. So that's still a manual task, but ServiceMate will provide review links or feedback links, and you do capture it early on, any problems, because as any other business, we have problems. The engineers will get things wrong. Don't put things back as they should be. And it's capturing those things early, which ServiceMate helps massively with.
It's the core function of my business as well. It's just so easy. And like on that photo, you're taking photos on jobs. Like a prime example of this, right? Only 3 weeks ago, we had a customer call up and complain about a hairline crack in a sink, and the engineer was like, "Do you know, I'm adamant. I didn't do it. I would have known if I did it." And thankfully, there was loads of before pictures and loads of after pictures. And do you know, I could zoom in, I could see. Right. Look, I just went back to her and said, "Look, I know your sink's cracked. You obviously it is, right? But look, these photos were taken at 4:53 on the Friday. All the tools are gone. All the work's been done. Everything's cleaned up." And I said, "Look, you can see the crack isn't there." And she was just like, "Okay, wow, that's fantastic." She said, "Do you know, we just presumed because we've only noticed it, over the weekend, we presumed it was you. And because of the pictures on the software, it stopped that, elevating in and escalating into a problem. And if you're not taking photos and videos of jobs on site, then you're leaving yourself open, aren't you?"
Well, definitely, because any customer can turn around and blame you for something. It's 1% of customers. It's not. Again, it's driven into our guys. If you do make a mistake on a job or something is damaged, tell the customer.
Just hands up.
We will fit the bill. It's not like I said to you earlier about the TV. A guy dropped a drill on and smashed someone's TV. It happens. It's happened only once, but we bought that customer a new TV and had it delivered to his house, and even offered to go and unbox it and put it on the wall for him. It's things happen, and we support our guys when mistakes are made. But it's just about being honest. Yeah,
I find them moments though are normally, if you react well and you do a good job, you've got that customer for life. Once you've dealt with a problem like that, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. Like this particular customer has been a very good customer of ours for 8 years. But even if it's a brand new customer, even if it was a call out and something like that happened, they would be treated exactly the same.
Yeah.
And it's I've learned to be honest with clients and honest with customers. And there's some even companies we work with, suppliers and stuff, they're very dubious. And you, as a business owner or even say like a sole trader, you have to be very careful. And I know it sounds quite sinister, but you can't trust anyone. And because we people see we're growing, and we do have problems, but the last thing we want as a business is to add to those problems.
Yeah.
And if we're getting having customers bad mouthing us because we've not been honest, it adds to our problems. And I think when you're employing people, just you need, like, a fundamental thing is to make sure they know how to be honest with you and how to communicate stuff that is going wrong to you.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest things in business to me, for sure.
Definitely. That makes perfect sense. What's a typical day for you looking like now then? Because you look fairly clean. I know Sparkies don't work that hard anyway, but you know.
No. To be fair, all of our guys work extremely hard. Well, all of our guys and girls work extremely hard. So
do you clear up though? Do you sweep up? Let's stop here. Right.
Yeah.
Do you guys not learn this at college? As a Sparky, as an electrician, sweeping up. I just find bits of electrical stuff everywhere. I haven't. Not saying you are like that. I'm asking about.
No. To be fair, when I was doing my apprenticeship, it was drummed into you to clean up. And when I used to work for another company, all we did have was a dustpan and brush. But all of our vans now have brooms, dustpan and brushes, and hoovers.
Hey, look at that!
It's clean. It should be cleaner than how. Obviously before they started the job, so it should be spick and span. But again, it's drummed into them that work cleanly. It's like at the moment we rarely ever do electrical rewire. We got 2 guys on a rewire, and it's an empty property, and they must just love getting dusty because we've got all the equipment like dust extraction and stuff like that to use. But because they're in an empty property, they're just flying around getting all the chases done, and it's like, come on, guys, like this is terrible. Like, you need to be using the right equipment because we've got chasing tools and everything else. But yeah, definitely, like, all the guys do clean up. All I do now is go around and pick up empty cans and food wrappers around the offices.
We went off subject there. So
that's right.
Genuinely, what are you off the tools now?
I'm totally off the tools.
Well done.
I just assist with training now. So I've been off the tools for about 2 years. Pretty much the last time I was on the tools was doing this building. So we fitted this building out. We built a mezz floor, 5,000 square foot mezz floor. Pretty much done it all ourselves. Pretty much done everything. Me and my brother Sid. We put all the stud walls up. I think there was like 4,000 sheets of plasterboard we fitted, and this was just working night and day. We slept here. It was a tough 3 months. So we started the fit out in like December, and it ended in like Feb. So the only contractors we did get in was plumbers to fit all the sewage, which we ended up redoing ourselves anyway because it was done quite poorly. Just ceiling fitters. So to put all the full ceiling in. So we've still got some finish, like I said earlier as well. We've still got the showroom to finish, which is not being finished yet due to timing and not being able to get the right materials. We got companies like Google Nest and Hikvision putting equipment downstairs in the showroom. So it'll be a good place. It'll be a very unique place when it's finished for customers to come and experience stuff before they. It's like EV charging. We do a lot of EV charging. We always have, and we've pretty much got every manufacturer down there for customers to come and look at it, touch it, because they're all so different and they do different things. Essentially, they just charge your car, but if someone's paying £1,000 to have a box outside their house, they want that box looking as pretty as possible.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that's
so
gonna be a boom, isn't it? You're sitting in a nice little place there if you're gonna have access to show people, because it's all well and good, like you say, looking at a photo or whatever, but you want to see it, you want to touch it. If it's going to be pride of place in your house, outside your house, important, isn't it?
Yeah.
So with the lessons you must have learned, to have that many staff and things. Can you think of like one or two? Imagine. Let's go back, right? Imagine you're listening to this podcast, right?
Yeah.
When you're working out of your car, okay?
Yeah.
And you're just starting out.
Yeah.
What would you say to your younger self?
What would I'd say loads, to be honest. You never stop learning, by the way. I learn every single day running a business. I struggle a lot of days, to be honest. It's not like social media makes it look all glamorous and everything's perfect. That's all just bullshit. It's not. We have arguments, we have tiffs, we have fights at work. But what I'd say to my younger self is get professional help early on, and don't waste money on stupid shit like cars or getting a bigger house or whatever else. Get that professional help and find someone from a recommendation. Don't just go out looking and believing in someone. Do your research, and you can't even say the word due diligence or whatever. Due diligence,
it's a hard one.
Do that first and get professional help and get the right advice. I've made mistake after mistake after mistake by not doing the right thing and not getting the right people in. It's like HR. We've gone through 5 different HR companies because they all say different things. We now use a local law firm that are really good, and they are cheaper than everyone we've used as well. So it's not necessarily how much money you're spending. It's about finding the absolute cream of the crop professionals to help you out. And it's not like our employment contracts are both fair both ways. So it's as much protection for us as it is for the employees. The second thing is, you think you work hard, but you've got to work a lot harder when you're running a business. You think you're working hard as a tradie, or like when I was working, I'd leave the house at 6 o'clock in the morning. Most of my friends would back me up on this, and they're like, they say I'm the hardest working person they know. But I think I work a lot. I know I sit in an office now, but I definitely work a lot harder now. So I'll be up most mornings at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll do 1 to 2 hours on the phone whilst I'm sitting on the sofa with my son. I know that doesn't sound like working, but I'm working. I'll work throughout the whole day, and then my most productive hours are between 7 and 11 o'clock at night, when there's just pure silence. But I wish, going back, I didn't make as many mistakes as I back then as I made, because I'm still paying for them now, if that makes sense. Number one thing, make sure you are getting the best. But people like yourself, you give advice. You run coaching schools. You've made mistakes. I don't know how much your coaching schools are, or what you charge, but that the amounts will be minuscule to the amount of money you'll lose making the mistakes. And you get a head start as well. You get a massive head start by learning from someone that has made the mistakes. Number one thing for me is surrounding yourselves, because it seems like a lot of money when you're a one-man band, but trust me,
it soon becomes insignificant, doesn't it?
It's like dropping £1 out your pocket by the time you get to a company of our size, if you like. We still make mistakes now, and we have consultants come in. It's like at the end of this month, we've got a training session going on for a lot of the office staff and the managers for confidence and assertiveness, and just to try and get their communication. Like I struggle with confidence. A lot of the staff here struggle with confidence. Everyone struggles with confidence from time to time, and it's just we try and run constant courses and constant training events like this to try and better the team.
That's fantastic. You know, you don't hear that often, man, especially from like, I know you're a decent sized company, but you're a fast grown company. So you go back 2 years ago and you look like totally a different company. So for you to be embracing that to your staff, is fantastic. Like I hear this at like Pimlico Plumbers when I interviewed them, and Checker Trade when I. Do you know what I mean? You hear this at these like nationwide established companies.
They started small, didn't they?
Yeah,
and again, it's like I follow Pimlico Plumbers quite closely, to be honest, and I think what Charlie managed was inspirational. But that's down to hard work and believing in yourself and making those decisions. Like everyone sees the glamorous side. Like he's a good looking old bloke. He's got nice cars. He's got nice houses, but they don't see all the struggle and shit he's put in to get to there. Yeah, that's all people see, and it's just a perception. But it's I think what they've done is amazing. Obviously, Checker Trade as well. What they've done is amazing. But again, it's if you haven't got the right team behind you, you're going to be fighting battles that you don't need to be in all the time. So we run loads of training. It's not just for the office staff. The engineers get training. Sometimes the engineers have the attitude, "Oh, this is bullshit. I don't really want to be sitting in the room," and it makes them feel uncomfortable. But when it's happened 2 or 3 times, they soon get comfortable with it. They'll sit there, listen, and get involved. But we keep changing our coaches to try different things. Yeah. So we'll have 3 or 4 events with someone, get feedback from the guys. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Because we've used Action Coach. You must have heard of it.
Yeah.
It simply wasn't working. So second time they come here, I thought, this type of coaching isn't working. It's because they kept hassling us, and I kept saying I'm not interested because I think our guys need something more fun and flamboyant.
That's a bit corporate, isn't it?
It's far too corporate for sort of a trade company, if you like. We're not a law firm or anything like that. The guys like to have fun, so it's it's trying to make them excited about it as well, excited that a training course is coming up. Training is fundamental as well, so do as much training as humanly possible.
And I think earlier you said you never stop learning, and that's an attitude that can only serve you well, isn't it? If you're open to, I know from a first-hand experience when I built my first business, I thought I knew it all. I don't even know if it was a conscious thought. I just didn't know. I didn't know I could know more. I think would probably be the right way to frame that. Whereas now I look for the lesson in everything. Like literally anything that happens around me with what I'm doing. What can I learn? What can I extract from that to improve? Mm-hmm. So tomorrow it doesn't happen quite that same way again. And it sounds like you maybe have got that same sort of attitude to life.
I think everyone needs that attitude, to be honest, because I still don't know everything now. I like I said before as well. I still struggle with things. We're still looking for the stuff we do outsource, better suppliers, better people, better companies around us to make sure they're proactive rather than reactive. Because it's a lot more expensive being reactive than being proactive. I find. So it's we've had a very tough year. 2021 has probably been my toughest year in business. And it's, I don't want to go too deep into it, but it's things out of my control that have caused it. Mm-hmm. And there's been many a time this year that I felt like giving up, and you just got to crack on. You just really have to just, I know it's a bad thing to say, but you have to, well, not man up, but you just have to crack on with it.
I understand that term.
I do think, because the only person that will change it is me.
You got to pull your big pants up and get on with it, so to speak. That's one way of putting it.
So, and it is tough. Like a lot of tradesmen I know struggle, like really, really, and I struggle. But it's just, if you surround yourself with good friends that will support you when things go wrong, and not take the piss, and just sort of like help support your business as well. So they'll pay for your services, and Not just, oh, can you come round on Friday night and give us 3 hours of your time to do this, and this, and this. And like, I've dropped a lot of friends that were so-called friends because of that reason. And it's just, I've got to pay to be in business. Yeah, I need someone to pay me for mine. It's even family. I don't do anything for any family members for free. I know that might sound harsh and selfish, but I've got to pay for it.
Doing a freebie isn't a freebie because it costs you. Do you know? Yeah. I dropped family work a long time ago. Best thing I ever did.
Yeah. So it's like even my own dad. I've done loads of things for him. It's like, I'll sort the money out for materials and stuff. You never see it, and it's just that there has to become a point where if people don't want to pay for your what you're offering or what your services are, whether it's electrical work, plumbing, gas, carpentry, whatever, don't do it.
Yeah.
Just say no. Yeah. Just value your time a bit better. Even if it, like, we've got guys here that will work the weekends. Oh, Damien, can I use the van to go and do this job for a family member? And I say to them, make sure you're making money out of them if you're using my vehicle.
Yeah.
So, and they're like, no, I'm doing it for nothing. And it's just, I don't see why they do it, but that's down to them. It's a different mindset. If they want to give up their weekend to go and fit 24 downlights or 30 downlights for someone, so be it. So
yeah. Wow. So what's next then? You've mentioned about getting back control, but it sounded like, I think that was the thing. Once you tighten up the ship and get things going, is plumbing and heating going to be an area that you push and look to grow in as well?
Yeah. So plumbing and heating, we've basically had engineers working here for around 6 months now. We've set up training bays at our headquarters here in Milton Keynes. So we've fitted boilers, but plumbing and heating we're going to really, really push probably towards the end of next year. So we can, when we're out of season, everyone's busy now. Even the bad plumbers and gas engineers are busy. It's we're subbing a lot of work out, which I wanted to steer clear of. I didn't want to keep subbing work out because you lose control. And it's not that I'm a control freak. It's just we lose that control of how much time someone's spending on a job and what's actually happening on that job. Yeah, we don't want to turn around to one of our clients and say, look, it's going to cost around £300 to do this job, and then we get a bill through for £900. Yeah, because that used to happen all the time, and it's way out of our control. So yeah, the plumbing and gas side is only due to demand from our existing client base. So we've always done electrics. The vision was never to get into gas and plumbing, but when you're asked, I don't know, between 6 and 20 times a day, if they know it just makes sense to do it. And like, we've got 2 engineers on at the moment, and they're booked up throughout, I think, to around March time.
Right. Yeah.
So, and it doesn't take long to get booked up. And I think we've got like 19 bathrooms that are outstanding as well, that we did have someone doing the bathrooms, but I've just knocked it on the head now because they were taking far too much time. There's so much that can go wrong. And if we do, we are looking for a bathroom fitter. So if anyone out there is looking for a job, we are actively looking for a bathroom fitter, and a decent one, someone that takes pride in their work, because that's a massive, like, you can't visually see the difference between changing a central heating pump, but you can visually see the difference in having your bathroom refitted, and the customer can see that as well. Yeah,
definitely.
And the plumbing and gas side, if you're doing it properly, will explode. We get so many inquiries for it. The electrical side, we're very steady. It's like, just take November, for instance. We're sort of in the 3rd week, and I've priced up so many jobs and we haven't got enough staff to do them. So it's we say no a lot. Yeah, saying no is powerful, as you probably know yourself.
It's one of the first things I say to my coaching clients is, you've got to say no. It's a skill that you have to learn.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Wow. So it's been fantastic having a good chat with you. We've been on for about 45 minutes now, so I try to end the episodes around there. Is there anything? Really? Is there anything that you wanted to maybe talk about that I haven't brought up, or are you happy to close off the show?
Um, I've not really thought about it, to be honest. It's like, what's going on in your world, Wayne?
What from me? Yeah. So
Yeah,
I, but ticking along lovely, to be honest. You know, if you watch any of my stuff, you know I hate being busy. I don't like busyness. It's like makes me cringe. So I do everything possible just to be steady. I love steady. I love consistency. So my boiler business is going along lovely. We're on track to just beat last year, which is for me again lovely because it's just a little improvement, little gain. My coaching is literally blown up. It's now literally 90% of my week is now focused on working with other tradespeople, which is brilliant. And as you know earlier, I've got work going on at my house as well. So we had a little bit of an accident earlier, so the recording of this was a bit delayed. So I'm quite busy with that because it's quite a big project. It's like a complete house.
What are you doing at home?
It was slow and steady, but the whole house, literally,
really?
it hadn't been touched since we only bought it in April, and it hadn't been touched since 1981, I think it was.
Oh wow!
And there was a half-built swimming pool in the garden, which, funnily enough, that got done quite quickly. But the wife wasn't very happy. We're living with like a 1980s kitchen, but I managed to find the time to get the swimming pool working. So, but at this precise moment, we're just doing the bedrooms, getting the easy jobs done first. Kitchens and bathrooms are going to be early next year. And then I believe the wife wants to extend, you know what wives are like. So it will just be a forever money pit, I believe. But I'm happy and content. So no, that's all that matters.
One other thing I wanted to ask quickly: what made you get into coaching? Why the transition?
I love talking. Right? I love sharing. I love bringing people together. Just something that I've always sort of naturally done. Like I was the kid at school that would organise the play event in the afternoon, like the run outs or whatever. I was the kid that would bring the friends together at the pub, and then I started doing it online. I brought communities together online, and I just love that sort of like bringing people together. And then basically I just sort of fell into it. Just realised that I made a lot of mistakes because I don't know if you knew me back then, but about 8 years ago I had a fairly decent sized business. We had about 10 vans on the road. Bathroom showroom it was, merchants. On the surface it looked like we were winning, but in reality I was absolutely brassic. Didn't know that because the turnover, like cash flow, it just basically woke up one month and I was just like, Jesus, we owe that much and we're only owed this much. It was like, oh, okay, we're in profit. So it literally hit me like at the time I didn't know I was in the shit until I was in the shit. And long story short, I fucked it all up. I had to liquidate the company, which was a very tough time for me, and I struggled mentally after that for a little while and lost everything. I had to start again. Luckily, I didn't lose my family, so kudos to my wife. She put up with me, and I just started doing a video on Facebook saying, look, if I can help one person miss one of the mistakes that I did, it would be worth it. And then 4 or 5 years have passed since then, and now I've do the podcast. I've got the coaching academy, clients all over the UK. It just sort of snowballed. It was never the plan to become a coach because it's in essence it is its own full-time job, which again has taken me now. This year I've used Corona as the reason to sort of restructure it and make the sessions more down to me, so a little bit more group-based stuff rather than just solely one-to-one. So not only does it free up time, it also makes it more affordable to people. If I can get 10 lads in one Zoom meeting, for example, it can be a lot more cost effective. I can sell it a lot cheaper. Whereas with one-to-ones, there's obviously it's a higher ticket. So it's let me evolve that, which is giving me back a bit more of the time. Like, you said earlier, seeing me on the golf course and things like that. I love, for me up here, I need it. I can't be just bogged down. I need time out.
Yeah, to be fair, that's something I'm learning pretty quickly, to be honest. It's you need your own time. Like, you can't work 100 hours a week consistently forever, because you'll fucking die.
Yeah,
Or you'll
100%.
kill yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I've had a few health scares this year. That's why I've sort of stepped away every now and then and just thought, look, I need some time just for myself. If that's me riding around Spain in the mountains on a rally bike, that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
If it's me escaping for a few days, doing whatever I want to do, you need that time, and that's quite important as well. And I wish
very important.
I wish I'd done that a bit earlier on. Is take that time and take that break. And your staff are the same. If they need a day here and there, give them the day here and there. Yeah, don't be militant and say no, you have to come into work.
Yeah, a prime example of that is, in the heating industry, now is like the money time. Yeah, it's the busy period. We didn't really have much break over the summer. It was just busy. Like, it was for them. They were just flat out. So as a general rule, I don't like time off in November and December just because we're so busy. But what my install guy, he was just, you could just tell he was knackered. Yeah. So I actually said, look, just book 4 days away, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, just get out and relax and just calm down, because we've got a big run in up till Christmas, and obviously it ain't even cold yet. So God knows what it's going to be like when the temperature really drops, and giving time away from the work for you and the employees is so important. So important.
Yeah, definitely. It's like even this Christmas, we've been open every single Christmas. I've left my house on Christmas Day to go and do call outs. This year we are closed from the end of Christmas Eve, so Christmas Eve falls on a Friday, up until the 3rd of Jan, and that's
lovely.
Close. Yeah, keys get put in a cupboard. No vans are leaving. It's people are having the time off. We've said to everyone, don't just book your time off. Everyone needs the time off. So it's going to be difficult saying no to people, no to good clients, but it just has to happen. And I think if all the engineers and all the office staff just have Christmas off, no worries about work, come back to a new year. And hopefully everyone's re-energized and ready to hit the ground running. Ready to, because December is looking like a good month for us. So, if everything goes to plan, no issues. January, we've already got work booked in. Like the gas and plumbing side of it's flat out. So January will be a nice fresh start. So
excellent.
Like I said earlier, with 2021's been a shit year so far, especially with COVID as well. We've had a lot of engineers sort of being off work, and then some of them playing the system, and it's not been fair to us. And I don't want to say too much because they'll probably watch this and think, what a prick. It's been a struggle. 2020 when COVID started, I did worry a little bit, but we were so busy. We moved into this place, we got the keys to this place at the start of 2021, and things were just flying, absolutely flying. And then sometimes, like this year, we've stepped back and thought, shit, if we stay growing on this path, because everything costs money. This building cost us £300,000 to get into it and to fit it out, and Leighton Buzzard as well has cost us. We've probably spent around £80,000 there so far, but it's money that we can't keep spending. So when you do your cash flow projections, you'll soon catch up, and you'll be in the red.
There's a point of time where it crosses, and it's like, we don't want to go there. we don't want to be in that month.
Because a month over, I hate running a business month to month. And 3 months ago, we had issues with 2 suppliers, and we had a bit of fraud with our bank, and we was very, very close to that's another top tip. Don't be giving your bank details out over the phone. That's one massive lesson I've learned this year, is just do bank transfers, so you're a lot safer. And
people don't understand the power of cash flow. Literally, you can be profitable, you can be making money, But if you don't have the cash in the bank to pay the bill, the business can't operate, can it? It's so important.
Yeah, so some of our suppliers, the trusted ones, have been very good to us, and they know how thankful I am to them, because like the fraud, no one can plan for what happened to us this year. Barclays, who we bank with, have been absolutely useless.
Oh, right, okay.
So, and obviously it's like people are desperate during COVID, so that the whole world is. So it's a lot of people have lost jobs. I don't know what's going on, but I know the fraud cases because I've been speaking to Action Fraud and the police, and they just dismiss a lot of cases and just say, look, the bank has to deal with it. So they're not. They know who's done it. They won't tell me who's done it. So I don't hope to God it's no one in the business because they'll still be working here. But I doubt that anyone would have done it here. There's too much trust there. But again, it's those sleepless nights, not knowing who's done it and whatever else. So, but
the police won't investigate it though. No,
not at all. No, they just pass it on to Action Fraud. It's that. Mate, they know the address of the person that's done it. Like this person's bought a fucking hot tub off eBay, and the amount of shit they bought is unreal. And it's like Barclays, fair play to them. Like I was out at dinner, I got a text on my phone, and I was like, someone's bought something for. I think it's like PrettyLittleThings.com, and I thought, well, hang on a sec, who would use the bank for Pretty Little? I think the amount was like 73 quid. I've checked my bank and it was almost empty. So they've wiped out our whole account, and it was close to £100,000 they spent. And these things you can't. So I've run out. I was at Nando's. I've run out the restaurant, panicking, thinking, what the hell? Luckily, we have two different bank accounts for our business. Yeah, so we separate funds, so we don't keep all the money in one account because something like this has happened in the past. So we have like a savings account and then an account that people pay into. Yeah. And it's good to separate your money so you've not got everything in one account. That happened, and Barclays, it was almost 4 months before they give us a goodwill gesture back, but it's still going on today. It's still ongoing today, and we've got the financial ombudsman. Ombudsman,
I think it is. I struggle with that one.
So they're involved now, and it's just.
Oh my
but
God.
Again, this is why we've had to sort of flatline this year.
Yeah, and just take stock.
It's just. But there's loads of tips and tricks to it, but it's one thing I will say. My biggest bit of advice and my biggest learning curve is do not rush. Like if there's an opportunity there, don't rush to try and win jobs. Don't rush to try and grow as fast as possible, because obviously social media as well. Everything seems to be a competition. Who can grow the fastest? Yeah. Who can do whatever? And it's not. It shouldn't be about that. It's do what feels right, and then just take your time doing it and take your time learning. Yeah.
And enjoy it as well, man. Yeah. Seriously, enjoy the journey because when you get to that destination. Right, the journey just gets longer because the destination changes. Sorry to The biggest thing that I enjoy about growing is watching the apprentices' reaction when they realise they can do something. Yeah, that's my biggest reward. And even the engineers, like when they learn something new and they think, "Bloody hell!" Like I would have thought I could have done that. And it's just seeing the reaction and especially the apprentices, because they're a lot of them are a lot younger, and it's just they get excited and they've got a spring in their step and they're just buzzing from it. So it's simple things, even like wiring up Nest thermostats. We've got a setup here with SPI plan and combi boiler with the Nest thermostats, and it's just getting them to do that and making sure it's all working. And they're literally buzzing from it. So no amount of money can sort of match that. So I'll tell you what, I want to, if it's okay with you, I'm going to put you on the spot here, but I want to come over and have a look, and maybe we could do a couple of videos
anytime.
There's a Taco Bell in Milton Keynes, isn't there? So you can treat me to the Taco Bell.
It's across the road from us.
Oh mate, come on. I've never had one because none of my kids in that will eat it. So they're like, no, I ain't getting that. We'll just go McDonald's. So we're gonna have to set a date for that. We'll come up, we'll get a Taco Bell, and then we'll go in and have a look at your setup and maybe do a few little videos to surround this.
Hopefully by that date it's all completed, and it's a lot tidier here.
There you go. There's a little challenge for you then to get it done, so you can invite me over.
Whenever. So
excellent. Well, it's been fantastic talking to you. I hope the listeners and the watchers have found some value in that, and it's been really interesting. I'm going to keep watching with optimism and intrigue to see how your journey progresses, and I'm definitely going to get this date set up. All right. So thank you very much for coming on, and thank you for listening, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed the show. I just wanted to pull it out there for anyone listening that I offer business coaching, but also life coaching. My life is centered around something called the 3 Bs, which stands for body, business, and balance. When you work with me as a coach, we tackle all 3 aspects of life. So you as an individual, body, mindset, health, fitness, knowledge, education. Business B obviously stands for your business, improving, maximizing opportunities, elevating, making more money. And balance stands for your friends, family, loved ones, making time for everything in your life. And the 3 Bs is the core element to that. If you'd like to learn more, I would ask you to reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you might be consuming my information. Or you can email me directly at wayne@offthetools.co.uk. I'm here waiting to assist you to elevate across all aspects of life. Have a good one. No excuses. Let's go.